Okay, welcome to today's class. This is Forms of Energy by Mr. Ibe Obinna. Meaning and forms of energy. What is energy? Energy is simply the ability to do work. It is that strength, the power, that capacity that is required to sustain you in doing any physical or mental activity, like talking, like as you're listening to me now, reading, playing football, cutting of grass, lifting of heavy objects, and so on. Okay, you can see examples here. We have carrying of load, we have cutting of grass, writing in the class. You are using energy to do all this. Pushing a wheelbarrow, digging with a spade, then blowing a balloon. We make use of energy to do all this. Now here are the forms of energy. In this list you have about 9 of them. We have the solar energy, we have the heat energy, light energy, mechanical energy, electrical energy, water energy, wind energy, chemical energy, and sound energy, the one you are hearing right now. Solar energy. This is primarily the source of energy which comes from the sun. Almost all the energies get their source from the sun. Other energy can be obtained from it. We have the green plants which get their food from the sun through photosynthesis. Okay, the energy provided by the sun, then they convert it to chemical energy. You can see the illustration here, how the sun is giving the plants what energy that it is converting to food. Heat energy. This is the energy that warms up objects or the environment. It could be a spoon that you are heating, it could be a knife, it could be a plate, a pot, a kettle, or the environment, which includes your room, the parlor, the kitchen, the surrounding. The weather could be hot. That is heat energy, usually given by the sun or by fire or through electricity. Light energy. The energy from light enables you and me to see clearly. We also see this light energy from indicators. You have it in your phone. For you to see what you are operating in a phone, in a laptop, you need what? The light energy. This energy can come from the sun, from fire, or from electricity. Mechanical energy. Now, this is divided into two. We have the potential energy and the kinetic energy. Potential energy. This energy is referred to as the energy at rest, the energy that is stored in an object that is not moving, that is static, that is still. When your book is lying on the table, not moving, there is an energy in it that is called potential energy. Now, I am going to give an illustration of what potential energy means. Okay. Now, if you have, let me use you as an instance. If you are here, okay, lying on the floor, and this is a wall, and there is an object here, will you prefer this object to fall on you from this height? Or will you prefer an object from this height to fall on you? I know you will prefer the object that was here. You see, now this is the one that explains that when energy that is contained in an object due to their position. So you can see that there is higher energy in this object here than in this object. Okay, the energy here, there is higher potential energy here because of the position, while there is a lower potential energy stored in these objects. I hope that is clear. Okay, let's move to the next one, which is the kinetic energy. Now, this energy is the energy that is in motion. When an object is moving, the energy it is making use at that moment is called kinetic energy. So this is the energy found or contained in an object in motion. Okay, you can see the ball. This is a lawn tennis, that is what, or a table tennis, that is what, that is in motion. Okay, another form of energy we know is the electrical energy. Okay, this energy is useful in many ways. In fact, the reason why you are hearing me now is because my phone is on, is making use of electrical energy. Now, this type of energy comes from electric current or electricity. Okay, you know what electricity is. We also have the electric potential energy and electric kinetic energy. Now, the electric potential energy is the energy stored, okay, when a battery is there without being connected to something. That energy, electrical energy inside it, is a stored energy. It is not doing anything, so it's stored. Why? When you start using the energy inside the battery, it is called the electric kinetic energy. Okay, are you aware that thunder or lightning is an electrical energy? So it's made up of ions. Okay, so let's move to the next form of energy, which is the water energy. Water energy is the energy from a moving water. Okay, you can see in this diagram, this is a dam. There is water, a reservoir of water stored here. Okay, water is being stored in this place. Now, a narrow passage is created for this water. You know the reason why this was done? So that the water will move with a great pressure, with force, move down, so that it will come here and turn this turbine. This is called a turbine, and turn it. Now the generator picks up the energy and takes it to the transformer, which takes it what? To the pole, and we start having lights. So this is how electricity is produced using what? Water energy. So this energy produces electricity using the dam. It produces it pulls down fire outbreaks. Okay, we use water energy to put down fire outbreaks. We use the water energy to grow or feed our plants. When plants take in water, they are taking energy. When you take water, you do what? You take energy. Most people will say water is life, because when you take the water, it gives you what? You feel relieved. It gives you energy. Wind energy. This is the energy from moving air. Okay, when the air is moving, you can use that movement. Is a linear movement. You can convert it to a rotational movement, making use of this windmill. See, this windmill will start rotating as what? The air is what? Blowing on them. They will start what? Rotating. Okay, it is used to drive windmill for pumping water and generating electricity. So we make use of wind energy to rotate this, which generates what? Electricity for use for other things. So we are now in chemical energy. You can see how the energy from the sun is converted to what? To food by the plant. The plant converts the energy it gets from the sun to food through photosynthesis, which we said earlier. Now, the wood also gotten from the plants can serve as an energy, a form of energy called the chemical energy, which you can use to do what? To light up what? An environment. You can use the heat from this chemical energy to cook food. Okay, so chemical energy is possessed or stored in objects that contain chemical substances. So the wood is containing what? Chemicals. So other substances that contain chemicals include food, acid, kerosene, fuel, and so many of them. Okay, so you can use the chemical energy inside the substances to do a lot of things like cooking food or burning something. Okay, sound energy. The energy produced by vibrations or shaking of particles that make up an object is called sound energy. When you start beating an object with another object, that is vibration. It does what? It produces sound. Okay, it could be a sound, it could be a noise. Okay, your radio produces sound because there are vibrations inside it that produce such sound. The drum produces sound because you use a stick on it. A guitar produces sound when you touch the strings of the guitar. Okay, so it is useful when playing these musical instruments. We make use of this sound energy when we want to worship, when we want to play something for somebody. Like I am producing sound now that you're hearing because my vocal cords are vibrating, which I am regulating with my speech so that you can understand what I am saying. Okay, so sound energy is very useful. Some animals produce their specific and unique sounds. Okay, how do you know which animal is which? Is by the kind of sound they make. A cat has its own sound. The dog has the kind of sound they make. A baby human being has the type of sound they make. So this sound energy are also important, like every other form of energy. End of our lesson. See you in our next class.